Wanted. Hi, I'm Ray of Sunshine, also known as Ray of Sunshining, but Ray of Sunshine for short. And also for short is Ray, Ray G, Raymond. I like Raymond.
And maybe you're clueless as to what's going on here, but let me start by explaining.
Sunshine. Raymond of Sunshine didn't have the same pizzazz as Ray of Sunshine. However,
I got to introduce myself in case you're new here. I'm Ray of Sunshine. You and these are all my sunflowers.
should we ever meet and you refer to me as Raymond of Sunshine, I would be delighted. I would be thrilled. I would consider myself blessed. Raymond is the name that was used throughout most of my life by people who were intimate or close or connected in a strong way for the most part. People who wanted to be around me, people who wanted to spend time with me, people who wanted to get to know me. And the reason I picked the topic of wanted to talk about in this particular presentation is because, I've been doing these videos in this series for over a year now. And it's been a roller coaster ride. It's been a series of amazing ups and downs, and there were a lot of downs.
And so here I am with your message of encouragement.
So the other day, I came across a green light, which was the signal to get going with this program. It's time to move on with it, right? And I was thinking, geez, I wonder what this roller coaster has been all about all these months. Because I didn't really have an audience. I didn't really have any encouragement. I didn't have any feedback. I was just making videos, making a video library so that when the day came that I'd actually have some viewers, I would have something to view.
If, let's say you viewed the world from a far away perspective, so picture the world down there, right? And you can see me on there. Say I'm the only one on the whole planet vibrating, right?
So I asked myself, what it is? Why is it that I don't have the motivation some days to want to make one of these presentations? And I came up with the answer that, it's because I miss being wanted.
Right? My vibration's getting higher, and I'm getting more enlightened, and I'm enjoying life, and every minute's a happy, and I'm just vibrating away.
Then I went even deeper to say, you know what? There's got to be more to it than that. And I realized that deep down,
and you see that little pinpoint of light, but you can see it doesn't have much of an effect on the whole rest of the planet.
The missing ingredient, the one missing ingredient,
now imagine if you started vibrating that same way too.
Is the desire, the dream, the motivation.
Because that's a choice, right? The existence that you want to live is a choice.
First, let me tell you about my location, because for many months now...
let's just say we had a whole lot of sunflowers. They're all vibrating at a high level, and they all start shining down on that globe that you're looking at from a very far distance. And what happens now, that little speck, that little spark, starts spreading.
I've been doing indoor broadcasts. A lot of them, as you may know if you've seen some of my programs before, have been in my studio.
And the whole planet starts glowing, right? And we all start doing and being what we love. We start loving living. We start loving each other. We start getting along.
And over there in a setting like that, I have lots of props. I like using props.
We start finding happiness. And there's no such thing as too much happy. So we find reasons to contribute to it. And the way that works is you focus on that.
In many of my earlier videos, just to kind of joke around with them. So now the summer is upon us, and you'll be seeing me dazzling with my sunglasses, perhaps.
It becomes a practice. Because for me anyway, it wasn't the way I was brought up. It wasn't the way I got used to, It wasn't,
But here the backdrop is trees, foliage. And in keeping with the theme of my program, which is metaphorical.
Although, I got to say, deep down, I held some of those concepts, and I haven't really shared them with people, with normal people. But here's another thing that I always felt all my life, as far back as I can remember. I remember thinking, normal? Is that normal? Is that normal? No thanks. I don't want to be normal. Why would I want to be like that? Why would I want to be like them? Why would I want to think that way? Is what I.
These represent something else. Just like each one of these leaves is an individual on this branch, they all make up a part of this one tree.
Is what I always felt. I never said it. I'm saying it to you because I told you. I'm telling you the truth today. Okay, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Sometimes I'm not all that delicate with the way I present things, and I'm working on it.
What does that sound like? It kind of sounds like me and you.
On it. I'm a Gemini, so I can sometimes be sharp. Okay. And I'm a sarcastic Gemini, so you don't have to go far to figure out I can be sharp.
And the rest of the world.
And so if I get sharp, I'm not going to say I apologize. I don't really apologize, because if I get sharp, it's probably because it needs to hit home.
See, a lot of what I'm going to be talking about is creating the world that we desire.
And that's just the way it's going to be, and you'll get used to it. You'll get used to me.
So I can deliberately treat you a certain way with kindness, let's say. I'm going to treat you with kindness because I like the idea of kindness. I like the idea of spreading kindness. I like the idea of being kind. And so you might catch on to that, and you might say, you know what? I'm going to try being more kind too. I like that. And so here we are, you and me.
The reason I came here today is to tell you the truth about where we're heading as a civilization, as a group, the whole group of us, where we're heading. Those who choose to head that way,
being profusely kind to each other. But wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it be incredible? Wouldn't it be a wonderful thing if...
I told you, I made a video earlier talking about the fence. I was on the fence for a long time, and I told you I was going to help you get off the fence. So here's one of the ways of helping you get off the fence. There's two different realities to pick from, okay? And one of them is the reality that we're used to a long time, and that we allow ourselves to sometimes get dragged down into.
If there were more individuals who got in on the plan. Get what I'm saying?
But then there's the one that might take a little bit of focus to switch over to, which is a little bit more bright and a little bit more sunny and a little bit more fun and a little bit more happy.
So that would be one of the reasons why you might want to share this video. But we'll be talking more about things like that. I repeat a lot of things, a lot of the same things in a lot of my earlier videos, and I'm not going to repeat a lot of them here because you can go back there and see them, and there's some important reasons why you might want to go back there. One is that you'll have a better understanding of what it is.
We could choose to head in that direction, and if we all chose to do it together, hey, look at all these sunflowers. Have you ever seen so many these sunflowers go all the way up that hill over there, and there's like millions and millions and millions of sunflowers here. And just like all the other sunflowers on Earth, not all of those are going to get with the program.
I'm showing an evolution. I'm showing a process. I'm showing a progression. I'm showing a journey.
And so the fence that some of us have been on is the fence of are we going to get with the program or not get with the program? And either one is perfectly fine. Either one is entirely your choice, but you can't have both.
And part of that journey that we're on right now,
one is get with the program, and the other one is status quo. Stay in the current existence, and that's not really the way we function as a race, right?
It's a quest for unity consciousness.
Right? We usually function in a way to improve ourselves, in a way to elevate, and that's where we're at right now.
One thing you'll notice that I don't talk a lot about on any of my previous videos, I mentioned it a couple of times, is this idea of liking and subscribing. And there's nothing wrong with liking and subscribing, especially if you like the video. I would like to know that I'm wanted, so you can send me a like, and that would be important. Subscribing would be important if you like the video, if you like the information that I have to offer, if you like the connection that we share.
This is like the best time. We have been here through so many lifetimes, and really this right here, right now, is the culmination of what we worked for through all of those.
If you like the idea that we're all coming together hand in hand,
it's to bring us right here, right now, to give us these options and to give us these opportunities, and we all have a choice which one we want to make.
If you like that,
sometimes it might sound easy. I get all excited too about that's a great, bright, beautiful, wonderful world of blessings and gratitude and appreciation and love and caring. And
you might want to subscribe. That way you get updates. You might also want to hit the notification button, because a bell, I guess it is, notification bell. When I have a new release, you'll be notified. And I hope you do any of those, because it's important for us to stay connected. My idea is to bring us all together. And if you drift off, then we're not all together anymore. Get my meaning?
And compassion. And all those wonderful things. It's a nice world. It involved making changes. Getting out of my ruts. Getting out of my comfort zones. Walking the talk. That's the decision. That's the decision to make.
But the most important aspect would be share this video. Share this video with some character who otherwise might not have the opportunity to discover different.
And for that to happen requires a why. For me, it's to contribute toward happiness, because it can't have too much. There's no such thing as too much happy. So why not contribute toward it? The other why, for me, is you.
Here's our chance to unite. Here's our chance to come together. Here's our chance.
I remember a world of competition. I remember a world of disappointment. I remember a world of hatred and a world of anger. I remember it well.
To create the world of our dreams. To deliberately create the world as we would choose to design it.
That has served its purpose. If you were with me yesterday, we burnt our little slips from the past, our little fortune slips. We burnt them up and we let the past go. So all of that is the past, which is what brings us to this point right here, right now, to this decision-making moment.
I would like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank my contributors. My contributors are all of those situations, all of those people who, over the course of my life, have had an influence in one way or the other. People who have wanted or not wanted me have had an impact on my life. Impact on my life. Sometimes positive, sometimes not so positive. And all those contributors come in the form of the seen and the unseen. There's plenty There's plenty in the spirit world that have been providing amazing support over the whole course of my life. But with all of those contributors, with all of that influence, it gives me the opportunity to figure out what it is that I want to hold on to, and what it is that I don't want to hold on to, what it is that I want to let go. And the reason I bring that up, this is a big time of letting go, because we're stepping into a new world. And if you're full of it, if you're full of the old world, there's no room to let the new world in. So that's a lot of what I show in my video presentation. There's a whole progression, a whole array of rays of sunshine that I put there with hidden messages, with buried treasure, hidden messages with buried treasure, as a metaphor for the transitionary times that we are in right now. If you don't know the plan for my channel, well, I have a couple of them going on, and the first one is in most of the previous videos to this one, and that talks about you evolving with me now, and going from darkness to light, going from the old world to the new world, going from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness, however it is that you want to view it. There's an advancement and enlightenment. And the second plan is about getting other people to take advantage of that same evolvement, and the way to do that is once you figure out that what I have to say and what I have to offer is of value, then you can decide to share it with other people. A movement, you might even say. Hey, did somebody send you this video? Hold that thought. Among the human race at this time. Among all of human kindness at this time in our transition. Where you come in is to give somebody else the chance to discover something different. The other contributors that I would like to acknowledge and thank are all the other YouTubers, many of whom I subscribe to. If you can you can subscribe. I guess it has whatever effect it has, but it's not going to have the effect of being in your power and making sure that this gets out and other people get the word that this is where they need to be, because we're moving. If you look at my list of subscriptions, it is plentiful, but I also have some links down there below for certain programs, certain inspirational programs that you may want to click on. Places like the Secret Universe, the Galactic Federation, Magi the Priestess. Places like Moon Omens. Moon Omens does an incredible monthly horoscope. And I've spoken about them in some of my previous videos because they have had a big impact, a big influence on my life. Did I happen to mention expect the unexpected? Because I want to talk more about creating the world of our dreams. The new world. Okay, so just to fill you in, that's why you're here. For your magical message. So stay tuned. One of the elements that we have in common, one of the features that we share with each other, is that we've been through tough times. We've had difficulty, we've had sorrow, we've had heartbreak, we've had resentment, betrayal, being unwanted. And all of those describe something that we need to heal from. Trauma. So I'm here to tell you about my trauma and learning loving and loving living. You know what I want? I want to become more popular than the Pope. And the reason for that is because if I'm more popular than the Pope, that means I have a lot of people who want me. And I want all of them, just like I want you. So, the way to accomplish that is for you to share this video with some character who otherwise might not have the opportunity. So the fate of the world is in your hands. Understand what I'm saying? Sorry to put a damper on your day.
It's time to get used to different. That's what I'm here for.
It's playtime. Create you.